Clement's Homebrew, coming at you with a beer review on a cooler Oregon day. What's with that? We'll take it. It's been pretty warm. Today we've got Gose from Reuben's Brews out of Seattle, Washington. I first heard about them when they made a beer with Fort George out of Astoria. They were part of that three-way IPA combo the year before this. And I believe they did that one with Block 15. That's some stellar breweries right there together. Made a good beer. This one's been popular evidently. I don't ever see anything else by Reuben's on the shelf, but I've been seeing this one, thought I would grab it. It's 4.3% ABV and 6 IBUs. So always confusion by people on this. Gose. It's like G-O-E-S, goes, and then you toss in an Gose. It's a traditional German sour ale that was almost extinct at one time. It's brewed with lactobacillus, salt, and coriander to make a refreshing, crisp, lemon-noted beer with vibrant salinity. How about that? Does that work? At any rate, and they won some awards with this. They won a gold medal at the Great American Beer Festival, both in 2015 and 16, and they won a World Beer Championship in 2015. So it should be a pretty good beer. Let's go ahead and get this cracked open. All right. I figured it probably would be. It's coming out fairly pale. Not a big surprise there. I love though these classic how they brewed them very low ABV. These classic Europeans. Yeah, look how light that is. It's very light. It's just a very light yellow or gold, if you would. But it's got a nice full finger head. There's a lot of bubbles still. There's some bubbles rising up. So let's go ahead and get a nose. Okay, well, it's a very mild scent, but that doesn't surprise me. But it's interesting. Everything's light, but let's go and say you get that light salinity, just a light salty air kind of feel, which I like. Think of a sour mash with a salt breeze going across. I saw some write-up like that, and I think that nailed it pretty well. You do get some citrus character in there, a little bit of lemon. And then you get just maybe a hint of the coriander on there. You get a little bit of the lacto. And I got the coriander again. It's an easy note. There was almost like a funky note on there too, but maybe that's my imagination because it's got the lacto and you got the lemon, you know, with a hint of acidity probably in the nose. So I don't know. Let's give it a taste and see what it's like. Cheers. That's clean. That's good. And it has more flavor than it does nose. I like this. This really is more of what I would consider to be more of the traditional German style of a Gose. And Goses were made all over. I mean, I've had Goses that have been made out of France and Belgium, and they can sometimes be a little bit bigger, bolder, but this is such a much cleaner palate on it. It ever so slightly dries out on the tongue. It's just a little bit crisp, you know, a light body, very light, but it's really easy drinking. Just the most moderate kind of lacto character, very, very light. I've said other styles would be easy to break someone in on sours. I think this even more so would be easy to break someone in because it's just barely there. Mostly you get that lemon character coming through, but then you get these other things, you know, going on because of lactobacillus and then the yeast and how that all plays together. Almost a light, like a fresh yogurt taste, like a plain yogurt almost. Not quite, but I'm just trying to give you some descriptors. You pick up on some of that wheat character, just the lightest bit of an herbal, which would probably be appropriate. I don't know what hops, but I assume they're noble hops. Wow, it's just so clean. There's just not much more to say. I'm going to enjoy this and I'll be back with some numbers. Thought I'd finish up over here by the hops. These are Cascades and they are doing beautifully. And over here we got some Magnum. First year they've produced, and I'm excited to see what they'll do in the future. All right, back to the beer. This is Gose from Reuben's Brews out of Seattle, Washington. And this is just really a beautiful classic German style Gose. I just think they nailed it, and of course they've won awards for it. I think it's just really well made. So in terms of style, I have to rate this really high. I think it's fantastic. It's just so clean, it's so easy, it's just proper, it's all there. It's a 95 for me. Now in terms of beers overall, can I rate it that high? Well, no. I've never been a huge Gose fan. I like the style, I love all styles, I love trying them all. But it's a very clean beer. It's definitely a step above a Pilsner for me. And it's got some fun flavors. I'm gonna put this one at an 88 overall. Here it is again. It's Gose, or Gose for all of us Americans. From Reuben's Brews out of Seattle, Washington. I'd say check this one out. It's a good beer, it's clean. It's a good one to share with friends on a hot weekend. It could be a nice lawnmower beer at that with 4.3%. This is Kevin at Clements Homebrew saying life's too short to drink cheap beer, and I'll see you on the next beer review.